Hello, everyone. So, yeah, we're live. So, yeah, we're live. I literally have no idea what to do at the moment. So, this probably won't be a long stream, but it's a stream, so. Let's see what's going on. No Flying Scott is online, aka Scott Lowy Gamer. You somehow camouflaged into my chat list. You may have changed his user. Not user, display. No, he's not. He's not even online, I think. Oh, interesting. He's not online on Roblox, which is usually not how it goes, but. I showed it on the stream earlier. I suppose I'll do some MSR too. I will share my screen in a moment. Oh my god, I didn't even put John on the rails. I have to do that real quick. I thought I put them. I thought I put him on the rails. I now I put him on the rails. Publish the update. Yeah, I did not publish, and I clicked something else. Or something. I have no idea. Let me check in studio real quick. I'm just already opened it, so. Yeah, it isn't published. I remember putting it. I remember putting John on the rails. So that's very strange. I've never had that happen before. But no, I made a new John model for my mid-sodal games, so. Unfortunately, he does not have the red livery in this. He does not have the second variant with the red livery, which is the variant that you have at spawn. To be honest, I do prefer him in red, if I'm being honest. But canonically, he was only ever blue. and I've taken on Wilbur Audrey's model of him was only ever blue, and it was only Jennings who had red and blue. Yeah, originally was blue and then went to red. But if I'm being honest, I can't compare John and Jennings for some reason. For some reason, I just like to view them as basically like you could say adopted siblings. I can't just view them that way, and it's probably because when they were first revealed, we are knowing that there was an unknown red engine for the mid-Sodal, which was Jennings, and we knew that there was an unknown dark red engine on the mid-Sodal, which eventually turns out to be Albert. But apparently, with John actually coming in and taking the place of the dark red engine, which was, of course, eventually Albert, I kind of took him as he took the place of what that character was theorized to be, which was eventually just Albert. But when he took that place, I kind of just viewed him and Jennings because they were revealed basically together in that video by Luke Ryan. They were basically revealed as together, and John was number 6, Jennings was number 7. To me, I just view them as twins. I say twins, you know what I mean, brothers. I find it hard to not see them that way. I think I need to extend out John's film, if I'm being honest. I still need to do a bit of fixing on John, actually. Seems to be that I may have put I put it too far back. Basically, a lot of models, especially locomotive models, started to put blocks under them so they can navigate around the rails much far more easily. And I seem to have put John's too far back, which is actually the first time I've actually done that. I've never actually experienced something as strange as that, so that's the first. So that's something I know now, to make sure it's near the wheels, as close to the wheels as possible. That way it doesn't sink them into the rails. I moved it up. Let's see how John does now. The mine engine and the Falcon locomotives have definitely given me the most issues, but John has been the hardest to build so far. Before him, it was probably who have I done? It's in the mine engine, Stewards, the Duke and Bertram, the Falcon locomotives, Jim and team. None of them are really that hard to make. Really, if except John, but mainly because of the saddle boiler, the boiler. I just say saddle boiler. Mainly because of the saddle tank boiler, it was really difficult to make it because it needed to be big. But the thing was that his boiler is quite a bit bigger than your smoke box. They'll say quite a bit bigger because you know how when the boiler is, like the settle tank is much bigger than the smoke box. For John, that's the case, and in that case, it makes John look a little. If it's not correctly sized, it makes John look a bit off. If you know what I mean, if it isn't the right height, especially because I have issues sizing things correctly. It definitely did not help model wise. So let's see how you do now, John. Ah, yeah, that's a lot better. Still got a few fixes to do because I just realised you have a block falling out of you. But you definitely look quite a bit better, and I think I need to extend, and I still think I need to extend your funnel. So, but you have a funny funnel. I think that's really the farthest I can get away with without making the model look too strange, if I'm being honest. Of course, you can't see what I'm doing, but you can hear what I'm doing. I basically just extended the funnel, but I think I've got it as far as possible without making it look too long. If I make it any longer, it's going to start looking weird. Obviously, would not be good. It would look because otherwise we're making him look a bit weird, and we don't really want John to look like that. I'm already pushing it with how long I've made it. Hopefully, I've not broken too much on John by Oh, I have to show this. Actually, I have to show it. So John is supposed to have brass on top of his funnel. I'm going to slow it in. So John is supposed to have brass on top of his funnel. Hang on, let me push him back on the rails. That brass right there. I forgot to weld it on. There it is. Let me fix it real quick. Come on. There we go. I can't believe I forgot to weld something like that. You think it would be so obvious to weld it on, and it completely escapes my mind. Yeah, as I was saying, I have a real scaling issue when it comes to making models. And if I don't make them and if I don't have a comparison next to them to get the scaling correct, they end up becoming not really the right scale. Um, the biggest example is my City of Truro model compared to my Flying Scotsman model. Flying Scotsman should be quite a bit bigger. He's tiny compared to my City of Truro model. In fact, I think my City of Truro model is bigger than is bigger than most the engines I've made, if not all of them. With the skills I have now, of course. So around the time I started making the models, more from scratch. So I was not expecting to do this much work today. I was just hoping to drive about in MSR2, only to go into fixing things. Alright, but is John, as you can see, the funnel looks much nicer now. I think the funnel's just about as tall, if not taller, than the cab. I get the windows are a bit big, and while I don't really like that much, it is accurate. I think John's, if I'm correct, John's windows were quite a bit too big, in my opinion, and on this model, and they were rather. I also had to put decals on the cab bit. It is still black near part itself, but I had to put the decals there because you couldn't see the beige coming through the cab through the roof, so I kind of had to put decals on to hide it. So I just do it all over because then you would see it would be a bit gritty like this on some sides and set, so I just did it all around. I just forgot to add in the coal and this part of the coal bunker when I was making him, and so when I was testing him, and he basically just fell apart into pieces. I could show you a picture of it. I decided to add that in. Let me show you it real quick. Let me see if I can get it up. Here it is. You can see he doesn't have it there, and he basically just completely fell apart. Didn't even have the things under the wheels that was supposed to keep him on the rails. He just completely fell apart. I was able to get him fixed though, and yeah, you can see the comparison here of the old model compared to the new. Now, fun facts about this model: it had two engine faces, Oliver and Peter Sam. I was really, for some reason, really interested in Peter Sam's faces just because they worked well on most of the engines. But I'm now trying to give them unique faces that were used by different engines. So you're not going to see another engine with Peter Sam's face now. I already had Jennings with Henry's, so I'll keep him with Henry. So he won't ever change the faces. I gave him Albert's, Donald and Douglas's, so that's something. But you can see the funnel's a lot shorter in that. In which, if I was to show this funnel now, you can see how much bigger it is. Much taller. Yeah, you can see it's a lot taller now, which makes it look a lot better. I think he looks a lot better now, but I think he looks a lot better now. He looks a lot more accurate. I'm definitely much happier with how he looks. While John was a good and strong engine, I think, in this original model. Not the original model, but the model like that was originally used in this design. The original model was back when you used Albert's model, and that's what he was thought to be as. But it ended up just being Albert. But yeah, here is John, the new engine model. Oh, I just realised how short those cinders are. Yeah, this is a Challenger. Yeah, I've updated John. Oh, hello, guy. Actually, all those messages just appeared at once saying, yeah, there's a new John. I've added in John. He now has Duck's faces instead of Peter, Sam's, and Oliver's. Let's give him. He has a bunch of faces. So many happy faces. He has the most happy faces in this game, I think. Let's give him the cheeky face. I mean, you can still make him look quite mad. So that's something for you, Duck fan, if you decide to do more with John outside of your next episode with him. We also have this face, but it's not as in good detail. I can't believe I just calmed the Challenger like that. He just emailed my John. Well, oh yeah, there's lots. Oh, tagged. Why is it tagging? Stay backwards. Yeah, I also repainted Albert from that dark blue into the accurate dark maroon that he's supposed to be in. So that is a big plus for me. It's now accurate. I rewatched Luke Ryan's video on the with Sodo engines, and he said that this Albert was a dark maroon, so I got it right. And this shall be the red I continue to use, except for of course, except Stanley, he will be the odd one out, I think, but the rest of them will probably use that red. I just said Sky Hatch. Luke Ryan's video, it says that that model of Albert's was supposed to be red, which is why I used red. Now I'm making this John blue real quick. Not blue, red. Can't believe I said blue then, because I just want to see how he looks in Albert's red. Because I know he looks good in red. I want to see it. Oh, that looks great. I'm sorry, but red's John. He never was red, but red just looks so much better on John than blue. Yeah, you gotta admit, he looks so good in red. He was never red, but look at it, it's so good. I could just ramble on about how good John looks in red. I don't know why, but it just adds some sort of like menace, and for some reason just makes him look so much nicer. I have no idea what that underpart is. If you know what it is, guys, then tell me. But I have no idea what the purpose of that was even supposed to be. Well, actually, I don't know what happened to the American model, but the second mark, which is what you just saw with Albert, you're talking about John, right? Sorry, I know. Yeah, he was dismantled, and the chassis was used for Wilbur Audrey Stewart's model for John. If you don't know what I mean, we were playing this game earlier this morning, and I accidentally crashed a Challenger with the original John model, and I just crashed him again. So John wins again. That would actually be pretty good, Sky. Actually, it's a flying Denmark. Right, let's see how fast he can go. We're gonna have to get to the long strip of straight track. Also, let's see how he does on the mountain. I think I need to take. Go! Yeah, John seems to be all right on. I think he seems to be all right on turns, but he isn't the best at taking them. But he's a lot better than the Falcon locomotives. I mean, the Falcon locomotives just completely stall on them. I have no idea why, so I will have to remake them again at some point. Yeah, it's this part of the mountain roads that really gets them stuck on. I have no idea why, which is why I'm testing John on this. If you can take it with successfully, then that's pretty good on John. Yeah, he took it successfully, so. I want to give John a. Right, hang on. What? I suppose that's a dollar. I don't do dollars, to be honest. I'm British, I use pounds. Oh my god, is he going to ask me for more? Because I accidentally pushed him. Oh no, he's just sitting the switches. Thank you. No, he's not sitting the switches. It's alright, gosh. This is the second channel where it's allowed. If it's the main channel, that would be a bit of an issue. Right, I'm gonna have to set the tracks straight. So this is the straightest part of the track in the game, I think. It may be afterwards, but I haven't done the speed test yet, but I want to. We don't have the other games, but yeah, he seems to. Come on, John. You're stalling out even worse here. Falcon locomotives don't stall as bad as this, John. There we. Okay, John is not good with speed, apparently. He's good if you don't change his speed, but. I'm just going to make him look displeased because he can't. This is not how you meant to do a speed test, John. I'm getting a new John. I just want this time. I want to see how well he does just normally. At normal speed, I just want to see that. And yes, he's now John the Boat Train engine. Because he did pull boat trains back on the Mark 1 layout, so that's why I've been labelled as the boat train engine. Which is accurate to who he is. Let's see how he does though this time. I'm not going to change his speed, so he's now default speed, which is the slowest he can go. Which should be a lot nicer to his model. There we go. That's a lot better, John. You ain't stalling out as much here. Yeah, I don't know what it is about John. He doesn't like speed. But speaking about John, I am currently writing on my own. I am thinking about putting my own mid-soda headcanon into a video or something like that. I don't know. I still need to establish it a bit. But the biggest issue with it is definitely Albert. I would Gertrude and Millicent will probably be removed. Yes, it is. This is. Please tell me I can alter it. Please, please, please. It works. See what I changed the title to. Oh, come on, John. Oh. Yeah, I just changed the title to John the Boat Train Engine Faces Millions of Issues. Gonk 6, John the Boat Train Engine Faces Millions of Issues. We're going down the line. Catching up to the farm. Actually, I think this is a lot longer, isn't it? It's also a lot straighter. I'm going to test the speed. I'm going to try and speed test him here. Let's see if he actually does better this time because he's on a completely straight track. It's raining Denmarks. Right, I'm going to go straight over to here. I'm going to make him look frightened. Right, run away from Denmark. Oh, he's fast. So fast he even almost derailed himself with his back wheel. And comes off the rails. Woohoo! I'm completely insane. Right, let's see how John does putting some coaches, because I don't think I've actually had him test. I don't think I've tested John with coaches yet. Yeah, kind of expected. These coaches are rather light. So I kind of was expecting hello, Donald and Douglas Gaming. I was kind of just expecting these coaches for him to pull these coaches with ease. Because the chassis is just really easy for characters to pull. It makes it just super simple. We'll probably remake the coaches again at some point, just to make them a bit bigger, if that's even it. I could upgrade. I could try and make their size bigger, but that would be a lot of work. Or at least taller. That's what I mean, taller. Because I think making them a bit bigger may be a bit of an issue, but if I make them taller, it's going to be a bit easier. Because I mean, look at how small they are compared to John. They were scaled to Falcon, which really I'm never going to scale something with Falcon again. I'm sorry, but scaling it with Falcon's model, it really is terrible because Falcon's model is just so small. I can't even if it's accurate to his size, it's not going to look great for the rest of them, for the rest of the engines. So I have to have them. So I have to go with some other characters. Yeah, the width could actually be a bit bigger as well. So that will be some things I'll have to change on the Kojis. So that won't be for bits yet. I think the Kojis look fine as they are. So it's mainly I think the locomotives are more important right now. Actually, let's see how well John does up the hill with cargo. I think he'd do fine without it, but let's see how he does with it. Now, if you don't know, there are actually some invisible walls here. So there are some invisible walls, and these invisible walls are supposed to stop you from derailing, but that never seems to happen. The thing is that they're not close enough to the tracks, and despite me trying to fix it, and I can't get it too close, otherwise you won't be able to get past it or whatever. Yeah, you go. You keep on stopping because of the. See, I've not tested John on the hills yet. Come on, let's see how you fell. Come on. It's a weird tip when I go to remake when I go to remake MSR3. Make sure the models don't struggle as much. It could also just be because of the track, because it just suddenly switch from one type of track to a track that's a lot thinner and a bit wider. So anyway, that should just be it for the stream. Okay. You can join my server, but this is going to be extreme, unfortunately. So I keep on pushing back. I'm going to answer this question here, but I've been pushing back. Let's say answer. It's not really going to be an answer, but I keep on pushing back Jerry. I was supposed to make Jerry after I made Tim, so it would have been the third engine to be remade. Third to Duke, who was first, and Tim, who was second. However, I did Jim instead. I was going to then remake him, and then I got to Stuart. And I was going to, I think, and then I considered Jerry again. I went to the mine engine. Yes, I did see them. I read them all. Then I went to Falcon, of which I considered him there again. I didn't really think about him that much when doing the rest of the engines. I'll say the rest of them, doing the rest of them that adds Falcon. That was a Falcon class. Then I did John. So, yeah. Anyway, that should be it for today's stream, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. See you all next time.